Uh, right, Ni? I think all good. Right, okay. All right. It's time to start the class, Ni. It's time to start. All right. So then, I think this is the first day, right? Uh, First day of the 2028 physics online class. First day. So then, how you all doing? Doing good. First thing is right. First story. You can ask doubts today. Mostly, generally in our classes, we talk. We talk in the sense when, especially in our online class, since we are doing it's a separate class. Online class is not a hybrid class. While doing physical class, we are not doing the online class. This is a kind of completely separate class setup. 100% dedicated to online class. Therefore, generally students, if they have to ask something, if you want to clarify something, generally they put a WhatsApp, they put a Zoom message in the Zoom chat, right? So if you want to ask something, if you want to clarify something, so you can ask all your doubts. You can ask all your doubts. You want to reply to not this account, Ace Academy Business LIC. Don't reply to that account, but reply to Suleiman sir. You can see kind of capital E letter N. You can see capital A letter N. You can, if you want to clarify something, you can ask to that, reply to that Zoom chat, Suleiman sir. Right, me? Okay. So then, right, first story. First story I want to tell is how many of you just asking. Right, today we'll talk. Right, today we'll clarify some stories, and then I will tell you what is our plan and what are we going to do, how are we going to do, how things going to work, everything A to Z. I will teach you. Don't worry. First thing is just tell me now. Now you all just now completed all levels. I think not even spend 1 week. You started to do A levels, right? Especially if you are planning to do, if you're willing to do math science subjects, then definitely from this week onwards, all of the classes are starting. Therefore, again, you have to start your A level journey. So I think you don't even have enough time to go for a trip, or you don't even have time to get relaxed. This is our nature, our country. This is the our level. Want to bear that story and want to go on. Tell me now, how many of you? Now there are some students they recommend me. Now you ask about classes. Some students they recommend seniors. Just join for the session because some of our seniors, so our siblings, sister, brothers, they recommend it and just join for the group. Just asking. Just raise your hands. Just asking. There is some people. Right, there are some people. Okay. Then there are many. Okay, there are many. Okay, right. Then okay. Then fine. Then fine. Then okay. Then good. Then good. Then others you might have joined via the seeing a post in the group, ni? Seeing a post in the group, a leaflet, something, right? Okay. Something, right? Okay. Okay. Right. So then, okay. Now you can ask anything. You can ask anything. Let me explain some stories. Right. Okay. Better if I give an introduction about myself. Now then, I'm Suleiman. Right. I graduated from University of Moratuwa. I specialized in mechanical engineering. Currently, I'm working as an engineer, but parallelly, I'm doing my classes. Right. While doing my profession, I am following my passion also. Right. I started teaching since after my A levels. From that day till we are teaching, but it's okay. Significantly, we are doing kind of very big impact for the A level students in English medium. Right. Okay. Then next story. Now today I think today I will give a small idea about how the things are going to work and everything, but we are starting our classes exactly from next week. I will tell you the plan. If I tell you the plan now, today what is the date? Today it's fourth ni. Today it's fourth. You can ask your doubts, okay? Ask each and every single point to clarify. Ask everything, because hereafter, next week onwards, moving forward, you don't have time to ask such doubts, because we are going to be very busy from next week onwards. 100% we are going to be very busy from next week onwards, right? So then, what is the day today? Fourth Wednesday. Fourth Wednesday. Okay, fourth Wednesday, right. So 11, 18, 25 for this month. Look here. Then March 4th. March 4th me. March 4th. Then 11, 18, 11, 18, 25. 11, 18, 25. Okay. Today actually I am giving some ideas, right, general things, and I clarify your doubts regarding these math science streams and the stories. Overall today actually, if it is possible, we'll start to do something. But today we are talking, it's a talking day. We are starting officially 2028 classes from next week, 11th March, right? 11th March. Actually, class time is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. only. Currently, class time is 6 p.m. to 8:30, 9 p.m. only. But only for this March month. We are starting the class at 7 p.m. Right? But from April onwards, again we are starting the classes from 6 p.m. to 8:30. With the time, the duration of the class will increase. 6 to 8:30, 6 to 9, 6 to 9:30, 6 to 10, 6 to 10:30. You will understand. Generally, A-level classes, class duration is about 4.5 an hour. Some classes 5 hours, some classes 4 hours. That's the way. That's the nature, right? So then we are sending tutes. Okay, all the tutes will be posted to your home, right? By the 11th, students who are enrolling for the classes, most probably by the 11th, you will have the tute pack. Okay, tute pack including file covers, including past paper book, including unit 1 theory tute. If it is possible, I'll try to post that short note point book also. Every unit, every chapter wise, if it is possible for this month, I will post a short note point book also. Right? So then we are starting classes officially. Today we are discussing some stories. Then we are starting the class from 11th. Okay? Okay. Starting date. Starting date. Starting date. Okay? So I will ensure for the students who are enrolling for the classes before 11th, I will send the theory tute and then pass the book and the short note point book if it is possible. Then the file cover and all, right? That story. Okay. Now, thereafter we are doing the classes, okay? Right. First thing is I want to tell is now, first story is you're asking doubts. If you want to ask doubts better, you can reply to Sulaiman sir. That's the best thing. Right? Okay. Right? Okay. Then I think you all I think decided now O level finished. Just let's ask how was your O levels first of all? O level, yes sir. Whatever the level I expected, I could finish my levels in that level. Different people and different categories. Different people and different categories. Some people are really doing O levels in the intention of getting 9s. They somehow they want to end O levels with 9s. But some people are there, right? They want to get only 1A, 1B, if not 2 A's. That's their plan, right? Some people just, if I can just pass the O levels, it's more than enough. Different people are in different mindsets and different categories. Whatever the level that you expected to complete the O level, exactly in that level, I could finish my O levels answer. I could finish my O levels exactly in that level answer. I could finish. Raise your hands. I could finish. Only few. Only few. Right? Only few. Right, there are many. No, sir. I expected to finish my O levels in this level, but I could not go to that level. I think so. I could not go to that level. I think so. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Okay. Right. Okay. That's okay. Right. Okay. There are some. There are some. Okay. Right. Then anyhow, remember it's O levels is a kind of passing cloud. There is no point of looking at your passing cloud. But already you defined that, right? Already defined that. Okay. O level finished. Now it's time to move to my next chapter in my life. That is my A levels. Right? This is the first time in your life that you are taking a decision from grade 1 to 11, even Montessori, right? Nursery. Even nursery, then grade 1 to 11. Actually, you didn't take any decisions. Whatever the path already there, you just went to that path. 1 to 2 to grade 2, grade 3, grade 5. Some of you might have passed scholarships. Right then, grade 11, this is the first time that you are taking a decision. Very first time you're taking a decision. There are plenty of options. A levels, some people, what they are doing after O levels, they are not doing A levels. Some students, they are doing diplomas, that they are going to different parts. I'm not talking about them. Especially, I'm talking about the people who are going to do A levels and who are planning to go for the universities, local or foreign universities, whatever. Right? In that case, then some maybe among you, some of you are planning to do A level math science subjects. If not, still some of you are not very sure that what am I going to do, whether can I do math science subjects, so if not, shall I do commerce, arts, technical subjects. Still you are not very certain about what you are going to do. I will ask you one question. Raise your hands, how many of you have a strict, sir, I'm going to do math science subjects for sure? That type of goal, just I'm asking. I'm going to do math science subject, nothing else. I don't mind about my whole result. Whatever it is, I am going to do math science subject. It's a strict decision, sir. I want to do A levels in math science subjects. Right, okay. Then good, then happy, then happy, then happy. Right? Because if you are, then you won't decide that. You won't decide which stream that you are really going to do. Which stream that you like. Never select a stream that is easy. Never select a stream that is easy. Select a stream that you love. Okay, that is first decision. When you're taking a decision after O levels, if you're planning to do A levels, the first point you want to consider is which stream that you like, that you love, which stream that you have a future. Okay, I don't say that A level, someone select A level art streams, they don't have a future. But generally, we all know that there are very less opportunities in countries like Sri Lanka, generally. When you're selecting an A level stream, you want to first give priority whether you love the stream or not. Some people have a problem. Today I'm talking, but don't misunderstand. Today only I'm talking. Right? Next day onwards, we are not talking. So you also talk. You can't unmute and you can't talk. You put a message, right? Then I can reply to a message, right? So then first thing is select a stream that you love. Now some students have a problem, sir. Now I really love math science subjects for sure. I'm really loving. Even O-level math science subjects were very interesting. But the problem is, first problem is, I'm not sure about my O-level result. The next thing is, since my seniors, they say that normally math science subjects are done by bright students, I'm not sure whether I'm bright. I am not sure whether I am capable enough to do A-level math science subjects. Right? Some people have a doubt that. Some people have a doubt like that. My advice is, if you are loving something, you don't need any qualification. If you love to do some subject, if you love to do something, don't look at the qualification. That doesn't make any sense. If you have a passion, if you really love it, if you really want it, if you really want to become a doctor or engineer, if you really want to get 3 A's, then definitely no matter what is your level, you adjust, you do all the modifications in you adjust, and definitely you will go to that target for sure. Therefore, remember, first thing is, when you are selecting a stream, be very careful whether you love it, whether there is a future potential, right? Don't think about your current qualification matches to do the A-level math science subject. Don't think. You can build those qualifications. Don't worry. So now my problem is I'm very weak in math science subjects actually, but I love the subject. I'm very weak in math science subject. Some teachers, they are teaching A levels without giving a right foundation. Therefore, I'm very afraid, am I able to catch those lessons without knowing the foundation I'm teaching? Right? I will send some of my videos and I will give free access for my current classes. Free access for my current classes: 27 theory, 27 booster theory class, 27 past paper class, target paper class. Therefore, you just you don't understand anything at all. Even you join for my current live classes, you don't understand, but better you can join there and better you can see the way that I'm teaching and all. Okay, so therefore that story, okay, that idea, okay. Therefore, be very careful when you're selecting a stream, right? Right, when you're taking a decision, be very careful. If you really love it, then definitely select the stream. That's it. That is first point. The next idea, second idea is right. Second story. Now, in subject like physics, it is linked with math stories are there. Some critical thinking parts are there. Right. Look here. The next story. Then some of your questions. Any questions? Today I'm talking. Manage today. If you have doubts, you can ask. Can you please delay the class from 7 to 9:30 p.m. please? Next class will the recording be provided. Is physics that hard as others say? Right, okay? Generally, I'll give some beginning. I'll start a small beginning regarding the subject streams. Right? I'll give a small brief. You can ask your doubts. Today, it's all about talking, mostly. Right? Then starting from next week, we are going because we need. I want to send the tute and all. Right? Then only we are writing everything in the tute. Okay. First thing is in our online class setup. I told you this is not a hybrid class. While doing a physical class, we are not doing online class. The reason is right. We were doing the class in that way for previous batches, but our ongoing batches we are not doing like that because doing hybrid class while doing a physical class we can't concentrate, we can't focus on online students. Right? Still, just go and just see our 27 online batch. They are asking plenty of doubts. Especially online students, they are asking plenty of doubts, and if I do a physical class and if I do this online hybrid method, I can't answer their doubts because subject like physics, it's not like bio subject. I'm not telling bio is easy. Mostly bio subject, it's all about referring, right? But subject like physics, it's all about thinking, right? You can get different questions. Therefore, our online class is 100% online class. Okay. Right? That is first story. The next thing is we are providing monthly, that is very normal setup only. We are providing monthly theory tute, and there is a past paper book. And when we are doing the target papers, we are sending target papers. All the tutes will be posted to your home. The next thing is, since you asked, the recording setup. Once every session is conducted in the next day, not that day itself, the next day, we are uploading the recording in the website. We have a dedicated website. In the website, we are uploading all the recordings. Right? For the last year, for the students, I have given unlimited access to the recordings, but I stopped giving unlimited access to the recordings. Recording will expire within maximum 1 week. Right? The recording will be in the website. It will expire within 1 week. Then that time is more than enough. If someone missed the online class to watch the recording, 1 week duration is more than enough, right? And next setup is we are keeping exams. Generally unit wise also we are keeping exams, and also once in 2 months we are keeping big exam series, right? We are keeping big exam series. Okay, so then students who are scoring top marks, to recognize them, to appreciate them, we are sending small gifts for them to motivate others. Not to satisfy the toppers, but to motivate the others, we are giving exams. Right? Okay. 27 batch and 28 batch, how it's going to deviate, I'll give a small brief. 27 batch we started. Look here. Now, first of all, your L duration. We all know that if we start the class by next week, okay, 2028 A-level class batch. A-level class batch. Okay. Right. So starting date is, let's assume 2026 March. March 2026, March starting date, first week. When is your A levels? Your A level going to be, A levels will be going to be your 2028 A level batch. Your A levels will be in August. In August 2028 A level. Right? So we are doing classes this duration. Now this duration I will tell you. You are going to face your A levels exams in 2028 August. August. Right? So then how long you have, if you count from now, how long do you have for the exams? 2026 March, 2027 March, 2028 March, 2 years. April, May, June, July, August. Approximately 2 years and 4 months. 2027 March, 2028 March, then April, May, June, July. If you think approximately you have 2 years and 4 months or 5 months period. Let's say 2 years and 4 months. You have approximately 2 years and 4 months. 4 months. Right? But for your batch, my plan is, right, for the 2026 batch, currently ongoing classes, 2026 batch, we are completing the syllabus by the end of April. Okay, by the end of April. For 2026 batch, we are completing the syllabus by the end of April. Within 2 months, we are completing the syllabus. They are writing the exams most probably this year, May, June, July, August. So we can finish the syllabus 4 months before the exam. But for the 2027 batch, we have completed the lessons very quickly. Therefore, I told for 2027 batch, we have a very big potential of completing syllabus. I told him we can complete syllabus by the end of January. January. Then in case if they are writing the exams next year, August, then February, March, April, May, June, July. We can complete the syllabus for 2027 batch 6 months before the exam. 6 months before the exam. Theory classes, huh? Paper classes we are doing till the last moment. Paper class is very important. 6 months before the exam, we can complete for 2027 batch theory classes, all the theories. 6 months before. Then your batch, not even started. Just today also you are not talking anything. Today also I am not doing anything, but I will give some ideas, some stories. Let's see how many of you can do such stories, right? For your batch, the plan is for 2028 batch, the new batch, right? At least 6 months, okay? At least 6 months, 2028 batch, right? So you also can assume 6 months before the exam, syllabus completion is more than enough, right? But for 2028 batch, I'm starting this paper class, this booster class theory, everything was starting earlier. Right? 2026 batch, I started boost theory class last October. 2027 classes, I started boost theory classes, the last lessons ideas. I started 2027 batch, I think last month. But for 2028 batch people, after I start from, this is the March, April, May, June, most probably from July onwards, as soon as your all result came, I'm starting the boost theory class also. So my ultimate goal is complete syllabus very soon. 6 months before the exam, we can certain that we can complete our theories. But remember, now you can ask your doubts. I'm just commenting some stories. Remember, some students, you also searching a class where they complete syllabus very soon. That's really good. But parallelly, one thing students, they don't realize is some classes, I'm not telling personally, some classes, they are complete syllabus, that's true. But remember, subject like physics, just because complete syllabus is not sufficient if we have not done enough number of questions. We can complete syllabus very soon. But if you have not done enough number of questions now, still you don't understand physics subject because we have not even started the lesson. You don't know the complexity. It's not difficult. It's complex. Not difficult, but it's complex. Therefore, you have no idea, sir, how the things are going. If it's subject, I have no idea. Remember, subject like physics is all about thinking. Thinking. Without thinking, you can't do the subject. I will make you think, don't worry. Therefore, we should complete the syllabus earlier as soon as possible, and parallelly, we should complete enough number of tute questions, past papers, target papers. Right? To do that story properly, we are starting very soon our paper class also, 28 batch. Then we are starting our booster theory class also very soon for 2028 batch. Right? We are starting earlier. All the batches we started them only, but for 2028 batch, we're starting earlier. Right? So you can approximately, you can think that, you can assume approximately, you can assume by the end of January also, you can think like that, January, 2028 January, at least 6 months before the exam, you can think syllabus will be covered. But we can finish it earlier, I think so. We can finish earlier. I think so. Right, 6 months before. Right? This idea. Okay? This idea. Right? Then is a theory completion story. Then normally, I think I am the only one. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm the only one who is doing all the past papers from 1990 to 2020. If you are doing 2028 A level, 2027. Okay. Parallelly in our paper classes, right? 2026 also we have done that. 2027 also we are doing that in our paper classes. Paper classes. Right, in our paper classes, right, it divides into two categories. One is past paper class, other one is the model paper class. Past paper class, we are discussing all the past papers, including all the MCQs, structured essays. It's a different plan. It's a huge plan. From 1990 A levels to 2000, you can ask from your seniors, 2020, you can think 2027 A level, all the past paper MCQ structured essay questions. We are completing now past paper class. Approximately 38 years of papers. Approximately 38 years of past papers we are doing in our paper class. Parallelly, we are doing model papers. In our model papers, standard school term test papers, popular school term test papers, then FWC papers, MORA. All the model papers also we are covering in our paper class. We are starting paper class also very soon. Right? This is the overall idea, online class setup. Okay? Okay, these are highlighting story. So you don't need to worry anything about syllabus completion. And you don't need to worry anything about question completion and theory stories also. You know, just ask from your seniors, they know that the way we explain all. Okay, 38 years actually, 37 years. Right, me? Okay, this story. Then we are starting our target paper class also very soon. Very soon our target paper class. Target paper class. Now you want to keep only one thing. If you have that continuous commitment, if you have that 100% commitment to do the subject, then join with me. I will look after all your negatives. If you really want that passion, if you are in a really big and eager, you are very hungry, sir. I'm very hungry to get this 3 years. Then if you have that commitment, then join with me. I will know how to train you. Okay? Right? That story. Then this is our whole setup. We have exam series. We have monthly test series. Big exam series. Right? And then to check your homeworks. Every unit wise, we are sending our short note point books. Right? And to check your homeworks, we have separate groups. Right? To track your progress, we have separate groups. You can talk anytime. We are responding. I am responding personally. That's our current 27 classes going. Right? If you have the commitment, definitely we can do this journey nicely. Okay? That story. Any doubts you want to clarify till now? We'll talk some stories in the lesson. I will tell you about the lesson stories and I will tell you our AL exam paper story. Then you can ask your doubts and I will clarify your doubts. If you have doubts, you can ask. How many chapters are there for physics subject? How can you register to the class and what about the fee for a month? Okay, we'll share those details in the group, don't worry. Right, okay. Till now, all good, all good, all good, just hands up, all good. If all good, you can just hands up, all good something. If it is okay, okay, right? Can you please delay the class 7 to 9:30 p.m.? That would be a great help. Okay, right, okay, we'll see. Okay, right. Then we'll come to the lesson stories, okay? Now, in the lesson story, next week I start the lesson. Next week I starting from, okay, if I go to the lesson, look here in our syllabus, there are how many units? There are 11 units. There are 11 units in our syllabus. There are 11 units in our syllabus. Okay, 11 units. Physics, subject, 11 units. 11 units. Okay, 11 units. Now, next week we are starting unit 1, units and dimensions, measuring instruments section. First unit. I'll give a small brief, but I don't go in deep. You don't understand the ideas. If I go briefly, remember, unit 1 is we are going to start next week. By the next week, you will get the tuition all. Right? First chapter is, number 1 is units and dimension. Generally, it's a really basic lesson. Right? Anyone, any level can understand this lesson. Right? Units. Other one is dimensions. Right? We can divide 3 chapters. Unit 1. Units, dimensions. Then next one going to be measuring instruments. So next week we are starting units and dimensions. Next week. Right? Measuring instruments is the first unit. Right? But the most important, the longest unit in your syllabus is unit 2 mechanics. Measuring units, measuring instruments. Measuring instruments. Instruments. The longest lesson. The longest unit in your syllabus is what? That is mechanics. That is mechanics. Normally we say this as the heart of the physics. If you could not understand this lesson, then it's a big problem. It's a big problem. Therefore, you can't miss the classes. Even you are joining live classes, even you are joining online classes also, right? Don't miss the live classes. Don't plan to watch recordings. Please don't do. Because we have plenty of examples that students, they don't join live classes, right? They watch the recordings. Some students, they don't even watch the recordings and recordings are piled up. So they have a huge number of recordings to watch. Then they don't understand current lessons. So therefore, you take a motive, keep a motive. I am doing online class for reason. Better if you can share some reason why you are doing online classes. Better if you can share why you are doing online classes, right? The first thing may be sometimes very difficult to find some good physics teachers, in your area, maybe, right? If not, some people might think that, sir, I feel very convenient. My seniors also, they told me, rather than joining for a physical class, if I join online class, I can save the time for the transportation. I can save the time of transportation. I can save the time. And I can reduce my cost also. That's number 2. Special thing is for a student, the time is very precious. I can save the time and I can spend that time also for my studies. Therefore, I am deciding to do all online classes. If I go to physical classes, it's very tiredful. Transportation, some classes are really far from my home. Then to travel in the bus or whatever the vehicle, transportation time is also about 1 hour, 2 hour, 2.5 hours. Not only that, sir, after class finishes, when I come back to the home also, the problem is I'm very tired full. Therefore, in that case, subject like A-level math science subjects, right, we can't, if you are tired and if you don't study in that day, whatever the lessons you learned, if you can't study in that day, the problem is what? You won't be able to understand next upcoming classes. Therefore, because of my tiredness and, right, to reduce the time waste, I am doing online class as an option, right? Therefore, if you are selecting online classes, very good decision, according to my perspective. If you are doing online classes, nothing going wrong. What is lagging? Nothing. In online classes, nothing is lagging. In the beginning, online classes are introduced. Those periods, some people told not very effective. We can't focus via the online for long duration. Now, no. Now just check 27 batch, 26 batch they are, right? Sometimes they are joining for 5-hour, 6-hour classes via the online. Still they say very effective sir, class, very effective. Right? So therefore, if you are selecting to join online class, one of the best decision I would say. I don't tell that joining physical class is a bad decision, but there are positives when joining online. If you are getting all the tunes towards your home, and if you, without any interruption, if you have a good connection, internet connection, and if you can clearly listen, clearly watch the recordings, clearly join the live classes, whenever you get doubts, if you can clear those doubts with me, you can ask with me and you can cover it. Because we are arranging some Zoom sessions once in a month, if not once in a week, based on students' request, what we are doing, we are arranging kind of Zoom session. In that case, you can unmute and you can ask your doubts. If not, if you don't like to unmute and you can ask your doubts, what you can do, you can, I will send a Google form and you can type your doubts in this section, in this chapter, you discuss this way. My problem is this way, sir. Can you explain why this one, why that one, why this? So you can ask. And if the exams are conducted, now we have a system, website. Even paper writing also, now till now we provided via the WhatsApp paper. Now on this month onwards, we are sending the paper. Paper is uploaded to the website. Right? It's say now I'm keeping an exam for an example. After completing unit 1, we are keeping unit exam. Unit exam, right, let's say for an example, okay, for an example, 25th March, for an example, 25th March, I'm keeping the unit 1 exam, 25th March. Let's say exam is on, for an example, Thursday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. for an example, Wednesday 7 p.m. Exam is 7 p.m., 9 p.m. Right? Then the paper is already in the website. You can open the paper when the time is exactly 7 p.m. When the moment you open the paper, there will be a timer. The timer runs. Let's say time duration of the exam is 2 hours. Within 2 hours, you must submit the paper to the website. If you fail to submit the paper within 2 hours, then your paper we can't consider. Likewise, we have a good systematic way to correct your papers. If it is MCQ paper, let's say you submitted exact 9 o'clock. The 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. itself, you get the marks. If it is an MCQ paper, in that day itself, you can get the marks. If it's an essay paper, I have to do the correction. Therefore, by the next week, we are getting the answer. You are getting the marks. Therefore, right, if you are planning for an online class, there are so many benefits. Right? Okay, you can get the recordings. If you're joining physical class, sometimes some of teachers they don't provide recordings. Right? You want to join live as a support. I am providing recordings also. In case if you miss any live stories, in case if you couldn't understand some sections, when I teach in the live class, what you can do, once the recording is uploaded, what you can do, you can go and check the recording. This section, 1 second, you can watch the recording and you can cover it. There are benefits. Okay, that story idea, okay. Then I was explaining mechanics, okay. Likewise, there are 11 units. This is the longest unit in your syllabus. Longest unit in your syllabus. Longest unit in your syllabus. Right? Generally, we take to complete mechanics. Generally, approximately we are taking around 10 months. We have your A-level duration is also 2 years and 4 months. We have to take around 10 months to complete mechanics. But for your batch, since I'm starting that boost their classes also, I'm planning to complete the mechanics at least within 8 months. I'm planning. By doing enough number of questions, I'm planning to complete mechanics at least within 8 months. That's my plan. We can save some time there. Right? Then unit 3 is oscillation and waves. We talk about, I don't go deep and I don't explain, you don't understand. Right? If I explain that current, you have the idea, I know that. Current electricity, you have the idea. Magnetic field, you have the idea. But I don't go in deep and I don't explain what is happening, what is teaching in each and every unit. No need. No need actually. When you do the lesson, I will give an idea properly, okay? So therefore, what you want to understand is there are 11 units in your syllabus. Longest one is unit 2. Second longest one, unit 3, oscillation and waves. Right, don't worry, class won't extend for long time. Class we won't extend long time for this today. Right, today it won't extend long time, don't worry, okay? Time is 7:41. Right, I will tell some brief idea and you can clarify your doubts and today we can wind up for today, don't worry. But next day onwards, I'm taking 2.5 hour class for the beginning, but that will be go to 3 hour, 3.5 hour, 4 hour, 4.5 hour. Sometimes our paper classes are going till 6 hour also. So sometimes you might think, you might be wondering, what the hell is that? When we were doing our O levels, our class duration was 2 hours something, right? Suddenly you think like, what the hell? But that's the way. That's the way. That's the nature. Okay, right? Okay. Unit 3 is oscillation and waves. Oscillations and waves. Currently, we are learning. We started this lesson for 27 batch people. You are senior. Oscillations and waves. Other unit 4 is heat. Is the longest lesson in your syllabus mechanics. Second longest lesson unit 3 oscillation and waves. Then third longest lesson is heat. Remaining are very small units. Gravitational field is the shortest lesson in your syllabus, unit 5. Shortest lesson in your syllabus. Right? For 27 batch, just now we completed almost, still we are doing some sections here. We started unit 3 in our boost theory class. You can imagine then how these lessons are very long. Unit 5 is gravitational field. Unit 5, gravitational field. Gravitational field. Then only after unit 5, there are a set of units, they are very critical, not difficult, somewhat complex. Unit 6, electric field. Unit 7, magnetic field. Unit 8, current electricity. Unit 9, electronics. Really not, I'm not making you afraid. These are really complex lessons, somewhat complex. Not difficult. If I teach you everything properly, you understand. Interconnected. You need to also remember there are many sub-chapters, okay? For your understanding, I will write some subsections what we are going to discuss, okay? Then you get a kind of idea about how this lesson is long. All levels also, you might have covered some sections, but you are covering in all levels this level, every chapter. For example, linear motion. All levels you will learn linear motion in this level. But in A levels, we are going in detail and we are learning this level. If I roughly only write the sub-chapters in mechanics for your understanding, okay, no need for your understanding. If I mention, then we can talk mechanics categories. First, we are talking vectors, right? Vectors, it's a big lesson. Then under kinematics, we are talking about linear motion, right? Linear motion is a kind of subject introduction session today. We are not doing any theory, right? Linear motion. Then we talk about vertical motion under gravity. Vertical motion under gravity. Now, why I'm explaining this thing is for you to get an idea, right? Okay, physics subject there are 11 units, and to understand the depth of this subject mechanics, unit 2 mechanics, I am explaining the subcategories. Then you can get an idea, right? But don't need to worry. Everything we are teaching properly. Don't worry. Vertical motion. Next one is projectile motion. Projectile motion. Then relative motion. Right?
relative motion, then motion graphs, then we talk about what? Then we talk what? Then we talk Newton laws. Newton laws, you can remember me. Then forces. We talk about gravitational field, tension force, compressional force, normal reaction force, frictional force, forces. Then linear momentum. Then we talk about conservation of linear momentum, conservation of linear momentum, called conservation of linear momentum. Then we talk about work, energy, power. Kome. Kome means conservation of mechanical energy. Right? Then, out of this, torque. Right? Moment of force MOF MOF. Moment of force MOF MOF. Coupled of force COF. Moment of force MOF, coupled of force COF. Then what? Rotational motion, circular motion, hydrostatics, pressure, fluid dynamics, center of gravity, cog, center of gravity. And then if you assume that I'm not making you a frit, okay, just I'm giving an idea, right? I don't explain what is linear motion, what is vertical motion, no point of explaining now. When I do the lesson, I will teach you properly, don't worry. Then see, if you put a small calculation, right? So now you are telling, okay, there are 11 units in our syllabus, that is okay. And so now you just mentioned, I also have no idea what is mechanics, but according to the sub-chapters in mechanics, what you wrote is how many subsections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Whatever you wrote is there are 22 subsections you wrote. Sometimes some subsections you missed also, sir. We have 22 subsections. So even you take 1 week, let's say 1 day, 4-hour class, let's say you are doing 4-hour class. But sir is told in the beginning, sir is doing only 2.5 hour class. Even sir is doing 4-hour class and let's say sir completes one subsection within 1 week, 1 class, per week 1 class. Then to cover one subsection, sir takes 1 week. That means also if you calculate to complete 22 subsections, so you are requiring 22 weeks at least. Sir is telling we have to do the questions also. At least 22 weeks means, to complete mechanics, 22 weeks means for 1 month, there are 4 weeks. Then sir, 22 weeks means 5 and 5.5 months. Approximately 6 months. Right, but I'm telling I'm completing syllabus, completing the unit 2. I'm planning to complete unit 2 within 8 months. In that case, we are starting our post class also. Now you got an idea, right? Right? This is the idea. You ask your doubts now. You can ask, be very friendly. I'm a very friendly person. Sometimes my appearance, I don't know how you think, but I'm very somewhat really friendly people. You can ask from your freeness, right? Ne? Okay, ne? Then the smallest unit in your syllabus is gravitational field, smallest unit. Then there are 2 easy units, 10 and 11, properties of materials and matter and radiation. Now, no matter how much we advise for students, study well, come for the live classes, come for the exams, write the exams. In the beginning, everyone, now you eagerly are waiting, sir, when will class start? Most of you. But there are some of you, in the beginning, they work very hard, they work very well, but with the depth of the lesson, with the time, what will happen is they give up. Not everyone, some of you. At a point, what they do, sometimes they don't even study anything. Again, they start to study when the exam comes closer. Now you have the exam, even you have the experience, right? When the O-level exam comes very closer only, You experience that O-level exam fever at before 1-2 weeks before the exam. But you study something in O-levels, and sometimes you may be able to manage everything. But subject like A-levels, you already have an idea. Subject like A-levels, we can't do like that. 2 weeks before the exam by studying, and we can't somehow pass the exams. You will understand. If you don't understand, you will understand. So therefore, no matter some amount of students are there, what they do, they completely give up, and again when the exam comes closer, they get the fear. Then only they start working. For them, unit 10 and 11 are easy. And definitely one essay question comes from this unit and this unit. Therefore, somehow they are learning these units and they are getting some good marks and they are getting pass. Right? So remember 5, 10, 11 are very easy units. As per my understanding, if you ask you, sir, tell me then what is the most difficult lesson under, there are 11 units, tell me, sir, what is the most difficult lesson according to you? So for you, it might be easy. All lessons are easy for you, sir. But if you tell me one lesson that you are feeling somewhat complex according to you, I will tell that there are 2 lessons. The most not difficult, sometimes understanding some concepts. Electric field is somewhat complex, somewhat, okay, electric fields. And then the electronics, somewhat complex, electronics. Right? So what is your favorite unit in your syllabus? The favorite unit, if you tell your favorite, my favorite, my difficult lesson is not your difficulty. My difficult lesson is not your difficult lesson. My favorite lesson is not your favorite lesson. But I'm telling some categories. Longest lesson is mechanics, smallest lesson is gravitational field. Likewise, my favorite lesson in the syllabus is I like current electricity. I like current electricity is very entertaining, very interesting. Current electricity is very interesting. Then this one is magnetic field. Magnetic fields is the oral idea. Magnetic field oral idea. Okay, this story is okay. Okay, so I would say that electric field is complex, not difficult. You don't misunderstand me. Not difficult. Complex means there are a lot to think. That's it. Right, okay, so then, okay, we understood the idea, sir. Now you are talking more than, 1 hour, approximately you're talking 1 hour. You're talking for 1 hour. So you talked about first story, you explained how the way class is going. Theory class time is okay, online, completely online. Then in the classes, you are planning to come to syllabus 6 months before the exam. For that, you have some solutions. So you are starting booster class and paper classes very soon. That's really good only. Then we can prepare for our exams and all. Then past paper class what we are doing, target paper class what we are doing. Then you give a small start. You explained about the lesson content somewhat, but still, sir, I haven't understood everything. I just remember the names. Okay, then to explain how one lesson is very long, you just mentioned subunits. That is okay. Then you talked about online class, selecting online class, what is the benefit, right? And some of you asked that, sir, now, okay, now I did my O-levels in a different school. Then, sir, now I am planning to do my, still I'm in a very big confusion, right? Still I'm in a very big confusion that whether should I go for a good school for my A-levels. So, shall I do the A-levels as a private candidate? Hands up, how many of you have that confusion? Hands up, how many of you have that confusion? Sir, still I have problems, still I'm talking with my parents. I'm not sure whether I'm planning to do private candidate or if not, I'm planning to go for a school. How many of you have that confusion, sir? I'm not very sure, sir. This is one of the biggest problem that you all have. This is very serious problem, okay? Very serious problem. So now I finished my O-levels. Now I'm not very sure whether to go for a good school, especially Colombo. Some people, some students, the practice is, I'm not telling Colombo is the best. I'm from Colombo. I'm not telling Colombo is the best. But I'm telling some students, they are shifting to Colombo, nearby Colombo, seeking some good schools. Some people, for their A-levels. But now there is a very big trend. I did my A levels in 2017, right? In our period, there were no online classes. Online class started from 2020. Then, right? What was the practice was, especially people who are doing math science subjects since in your areas. Some areas, they don't have good classes. In that case, students, what they do, they shift to cities like Colombo and they are studying there. They are studying there. But now with the trend of this online classes, that trend is significantly reduced. But still there are students, they are shifting to some good areas, going for good schools. But the trend is now reduced because of these online classes. Next thing is, when you check the statistics, we can clearly see that significantly the amount of students who are doing private A levels rapidly increasing. In our A level period, we even never heard students they are doing private A levels. But nowadays, significantly, I think someone is, please unmute, please mute, right? It's disturbing. Now significantly students they are doing private levels, right? If you ask my opinion, there are ups and downs in both stories. If you are doing private level, if you are going for a school, if you are shifting for a popular district like Colombo, it's a very big disadvantage for you. I'm not telling like that. The reason is you all know that you guys know A level result. There is something called Z score. There is something called Z score. At different districts depends on the resources available in your district and some other parameters. What have they done is they are reducing the Z score value to enter the university. If you are shifting to a area like Colombo, if you are shifting to Colombo schools, if not any other popular area schools, then you are falling into that Colombo district. You are, even though your hometown is, for example, Kandy, you are nearby Kandy, but you are shifting, you are going to one of the Colombo schools for A levels. Then your candidate district is not Kandy. Your district is going to be Colombo. It's a kind of negative for you. The reason is, I'm just telling some facts, then I'm telling some positives also. The reason is, the Z score required to enter for medical faculties from Colombo district is very high. How many of you know that story answer? Depends on the district, the Z score required to enter for the faculties different answer. Some of you are aware, right? Very good. Some of you are aware. Therefore, be very careful with that. If you want a further explanation, put a WhatsApp message. Whenever I get time, I can respond. Therefore, be very wise. Be very wise. When you are shifting to a school, be very wise. Right? Okay, I think someone, anyone, okay. Mariam, if you can mute yourself really good. Can you please mute yourself, Mariam? Because sometimes if I upload this recording, then the people who are looking the recordings, it will be a problem. Better if you can mute Mariam, please. Okay? Right? Then that's the problem. But if you are going for a school, there are some benefits also. First benefit is if you are doing private A levels, the biggest problem is some facts I'm telling. You decide what is the best thing. If you are going private A levels, the first benefit is you have the enough time. If you are doing private A level and if you are joining online classes, if you are doing only private, going physical classes, private A levels, online classes, time, you have enough time. You can do a big thing from that time. You can go for an island rank also if you properly plan that time. One of the key factors for a student to get 3 A's in A level math science subject is, because I got 3 A's, I'm telling for you all, right? The number one thing is not the teacher. Teacher is important, that's okay. Number one is time. For a student who are planning to get 3 A's, I'm not talking about bright students. I'm talking about average student. I got 9 A's in my O levels, right? But still, I'm not putting myself into bright category. I got 9 A's in my O levels, right? I got 161 out of 150 in my scholarship, right? But still, I got 3 A's also in my A levels. But I am not telling I'm a bright one. I know myself, I was an average one. Okay, so therefore the time is the number one thing. The time. If you are doing private A levels and if you are going online classes or physical whatever, you have enough time. If you utilize that time properly, you can definitely go for a rank if you plan your work accordingly. But the fact is, we know that, I don't know, it's because of Sri Lanka, when we have enough time, we do nothing. Right? Right? When we have enough time, we do nothing. When we don't have time, we try to do everything. That is our culture, I don't know. Therefore, the biggest benefit for a student who are doing private A level and online classes, they have time. If you utilize the time properly, you can succeed, you can go for a good result. But students, most of them, they become lazy. It's a personal control, it's your control. It depends on the student. I'm talking about most students, what they are doing. They have become lazy and they don't do anything. Right? But if you're going for a school, then you understand you don't have time, obviously. Obviously, if you're going for a school and if you're going for physical classes, then morning 7 to 2 o'clock school. Then sometimes if you're going for a physical class, in Colombo area setup I'm telling, then after school finishes 3 o'clock to 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock, the tuition classes are there. Then after you go to 8 o'clock, sometimes you have the online classes maybe. Therefore, right, the upcoming days, more and more, currently you have one theory class for chemistry, physics, biology, combined maths, ICT. But definitely what happens within 6 months, definitely everyone start putting paper classes, everyone start putting revision classes, target papers, rapid revision, fast track. If you are going to school, it's a problem. You don't have enough time. The problem is you can't cut the school also. Because some schools, they strictly check your attendance, right? If there is no enough attendance, they don't let you to sit in the exam as a school candidate. Some schools. Therefore, be very wise. Discuss with the parents. If you want my advice also, you can take from me also. Discuss very clearly whether you are doing A level privately or whether you are doing A level as a school candidate. I am not telling this is best. That is not best. But if you're going to school, for a good school, you can cover all the practicals. Physics, chemistry, biology, I don't know about biology. I did math subject in my A levels. I don't know biology. In physics syllabus also, remember, we have 38 practicals. If you are joining our physical classes, we are doing 38 practicals in our classes. Yeah, we are doing online also. We are doing the practicals, 38 practicals in our syllabus. We are doing online also, but I'm doing these workshops. YouTube, hair apparatus, right? The practicals, the Expressum practical, everything. I have the instruments with me. Right, in a physical classes, I'm doing only in Colombo. Mostly we are doing a class in Kandy, most probably not that perfectly confirmed. Right, therefore in Colombo area, we are doing classes. Right, we are doing this practical physically. I bring all the instruments and we are doing in the class. If you are going for a school, one of the biggest benefit is you can cover the 38 practicals properly. If your school lab have sufficient resources, sufficient lab equipments, then you get the benefit of covering the practicals in your school. That is first benefit. Second benefit is, if you are going to school, they keep exams. So therefore, you can evaluate yourself. They keep 6 term test exams. There are 6 term test exams. Term test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you can evaluate where are you accordingly. The most important thing going to school is you can understand how others work. When you stay at home, you don't know how the surrounding people are working. Whether you are working, the way amount of work that you are doing in the home is enough. But what is your level? Yeah, in our online classes, our setup is a perfect setup, right? Then you can evaluate where are you, because that's why we are keeping continuously exams. To evaluate where are you, day by day where are you, to track your marks. But if you are going for a school, you can see, those people are working very well. They understand everything nicely. I only don't understand. That means there's a problem with me. Therefore, I think I want to work more. I should spend more time. I should revise this, revise that. If you are going to school, then you can understand the way how they work going for a school. But that is not that much dominant. some stories. But if you ask my suggestion, say if you were one of us, say if you are one of us, what would be your choice? Yeah, in your period there were no online classes, there were no such trend of doing private A levels. If you are aware about private A levels and if you had that option online classes, what will you do? Definitely, I will do my A levels as a private candidate, and also I will select online classes. If I am doing now, I'm too late, right? I did my school in Royal College, therefore I realized how stressful our school. They check the attendance. The last few months I went in the school for the first year consecutively. I went every day. And then I needed with the class I needed to take some leaves, but they told attendance is compulsory. If your attendance fails to meet that norm, they don't give the access to the exams. Therefore it was a bit stressful for me. Therefore I will definitely go for private then online option. But I am not telling that is the best option always. You want to decide based on your resources, based on your situation. That's the best story. Then that idea also explained. I think we are talking so much. I know we are talking so much, but better ni. I'm not wasting the time, sir. It's the three connection between all levels. Right, okay. Right, okay. Then one is asking nice question. There's a connection between all levels and A levels. No connection. No connection. But we are starting that kind of pre-foundation program, means kind of supporting sessions to make you understand all levels, some concepts, especially maths, especially some math stories, trigonometry, then sine cos tan stories, then logbook, log simplification, sine cos tables, then some graph sections, y equals mx. Okay, I will give some sections. I'll do a small question regarding graphs. Let's see how many of you can draw those graphs. Okay, before the class finishes, I will give that story. Let's see how many of you can draw that story. You learned in all levels. Let's check that. Right, to get that idea, we are doing some sessions. Then don't worry. What is your O level doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when it comes to A levels. We are teaching A to Z. I am teaching A to Z. You can ask from your seniors. If I tell like that you don't understand me, I am teaching from A to Z. Therefore, you can ask from your seniors. We are going from bottom to top. So therefore, don't have to worry. Even your result is, remember, 3 W's also doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you really want, if you really love to do the subject. If you're ready to work with me unconditionally. All levels, sir, 2 hours. Sir, 2 hours is finished, sir. Shall we stop the class? Sir, won't stop the class. You please, sir. You can do that type of thing in all levels. A level, maths and subjects, we can't do like that. When you have a mood to study and when the mood is gone, when you're lazy, right, we'll stop the class and we'll go. No, we can't play that stories in A levels. Day by day, class duration increasing. Day by day, amount of question we are discussing is increasing. It will never reduce. If you want to get 3 years, unconditionally work with me. Because we are working. Today only I'm talking. Right, next week onwards, next week also you get a free access. But people who are enrolling, we are sending tutors. Others, you can manage the PDF, something. Right? Next week onwards, you'll understand the way that you're working. Unconditionally work. The next thing is, remember why you are the last story, then finished, last story. Then you ask your doubts, I will tell my doubts. The last story is, remember, always think that the time you are spending 2 years and 4 months. Now you are in your teenage, 16, 17, 18, 19, right? You are in your teenage and you are going to spend your most precious time. You are going to spend your most precious time for something, to seek something, to get something. Therefore, definitely try to get that something. I'm spending, you are a teenager, I'm spending my most precious time. I'm very energetic, sir. 16, 17, 18. But sir, I am going to do my A levels in math science subjects. Therefore, the time that you are going to spend, your value at the end. If you define now, I am doing math science subjects, I want to get 3 A's for sure. I want to select into one of the best medical faculties in Sri Lanka. I want to select to one of the best engineering faculties in Sri Lanka. Please, that is your motive, that is your goal, that is fixed. That goal, that motive can't shade day by day. In the beginning, today you can see that trophy, getting 3 years, getting to the medical faculty, engineering faculty, you can see the trophy very clearly. Day by day, time is going 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years. The trophy is getting shading. trophy is shading, and 1 month before the exam, when you look at the trophy, that goal, no goal. I don't know why I'm doing A levels. Don't be one of them. Huh? Now, a very common story, but every year telling only, that's what I'm telling. Today, if I ask you, okay, how many of you, okay, that question also I forgot to ask. How many of you, just I'm asking, just raise your hands. How many of you doing, plan to do bio subject, bio stream? Raise your hands, how many of you really plan to bio stream? How many of you plan to bio stream hands up? Bio stream hands up. Bio stream hands up. There are a lot. Oh God. Then, okay, don't raise down. How many of you doing bio stream to become a doctor? Yeah, I'm doing to become a doctor only, sir. Hands up. Others raise down. I'm doing bio only to become a doctor. I don't have any other goals, sir. Hands up. There are a lot. Then easy to work with you people. Right? How many of you doing maths? Hands up. Math stream. Math stream. Doing math stream, hands up. There are very few people, okay, fine. Very few people, okay, fine, no issue. Right, I am doing math stream only to get into one of the biggest engineering faculties. That is my dream, nothing else. Hands up. Okay, because I did math streams. I selected to one of the #1 university in Sri Lanka in engineering faculties, Moto University. Right? So therefore, I ended my degree also with a big class. Currently, I am working as an engineer, but passion, I am following the teaching also. Right? I am working, parallelly I am teaching. Right? I am not only teaching. That story. Very good, okay? Very good. Work with me, then you'll understand, right? And next thing is some facts. You can ask your doubts. Let's see if you have anything to clarify. If you have anything to clarify, can you suggest a good class for chemistry? Oh God. Yeah, physics class at Master Academy, right? Yes. Okay, ni? Colombo, Vellavathran, Colonam. Okay, right. The next thing is the next story is, right? You are feeling boring. Shall I give a question? You are feeling boring. I think it's boring only. What to do? It's boring only. Only listen for today. Next day onwards, it's not boring. Entertaining only, right? Then okay. Then right. Okay, right. Then fix your goal. Now, okay. What I want to tell is that story. In the beginning, if I ask you, now I'm not criticizing you people, don't misunderstand me. The very first day I'm asking every year, now who want to become a doctor? Many people raised their hands. Then if I ask you, they ask from them, do you really want to become a doctor? You are doing it because only to get the doctor, only to become a doctor. Yes, I want to become only the doctor or engineer. But with the time passes, after some months later, if I ask same question, now everyone don't raise their hands. Right? Therefore, I'm telling, please don't fall in that category. I'm very happy that you are energy. You all have the potential. If you want something, you know what is the law of attraction. If you want something eagerly, if you don't get that something, you will die. If you feel like I will die, sir, if you don't get that something, definitely you get that something if you are putting the effort. So therefore, we can work. I think you are working. If you are working with me, we have a very long path to go. We are working together for more than 2.5 years, right? So therefore, don't worry. You can learn a lot from our classes, right? We are building your minds. I am teaching the ideas. I am making you thinking, right? My thinking patterns, I am teaching to you also. The way how I think, I try to make you to think also, right? We have very lots of plans, okay? You will understand, right? Today, everything can't explain. And also one story I will tell you that don't judge a book by its cover. That story, by looking at the cover, can you understand whether the book is good or bad? You can understand, right? Same manner, some people, they go trial class, very good, really good, okay. But just because coming for 1 day or 1 month, you can't judge a person, especially you can't judge a teacher. I'm not telling you to judge me. Wherever you go today, now this week you are going class, there are lots of classes nowadays. It's becoming a big trend. Everyone starting classes, therefore you are searching classes. You are going different classes, right? By looking at someone's external appearance, someone's resources, wealth. Don't judge the teachers, especially if you are doing math science subjects. If you are doing commerce art subjects, no issue, fine. You will suffer, right? To judge a teacher, at least you want to go the classes for that teacher at least for 2-3 months. Then only you understand. This one is good, ni. Because I will tell my experience also. Right, one small experience. I'm talking only today. I also don't want to talk, but what to do? What to do? 8:15. Don't worry. Maximum 5 to 10 minutes. We can stop the class. Okay. Right. I will give one question also. Let's see how many of you can do it. Let's see how many of you can do it. Okay. If you can do it, you are good. If you can't do it, then also you are good. Right. Then my experience is, I also had no idea where to go classes after all finished. Some of my seniors, they told that go his class, he is good. Right. Then I went to physics class. The teacher is really good, very impressive, very attractive. His tutes, very first time when we get such tutes, big file cover, nice tutes. I don't know what is your mindset now. You are 20, 20, you are Gen Zs, I think, right? Anyways, I am 9. Then they give some set of tutes and they were very colorful, and I felt like, wow, superb teacher, wow. Then after getting the tutes, I wanted to, I will work nicely, I will do everything I will do my best. That's how I felt. The class also really huge class. The teacher was having more than 1,000 students in class. It's a big class. I did my A-levels in single medium. Right, I did my A-levels in single medium. Right. I don't know. I did my A-levels in single medium. Then I went to chemistry class. Chemistry class, now just before entering into the class, outside the class only they give that file, tute. Now after I paid the admission and fees also in the office, I went to the class hall. Before entering the class hall, then there's a table and they are spreading some small papers. Yesterday physics class, that class they give colorful tutes, colorful file covers. That's how we think, right? We are no ordinary people. I also feel like that. Then I was expecting nice tutes, it's okay to think like that. Then that class, before entering the class, they give small piece of papers, just some printed A4 papers as the theory tute. But still that sir had a very huge crowd. Then sir came to the first class, I think 15 minutes late. Then it's okay, and when I look at him, he is very old. He was very old. I think then I felt like, oh God, he was very old also. Right, then tutes also not in that type of good quality, and now I already paid the fees also, because I was in those period, we were actually middle low class, and we can't afford for fees also that level. Right, already paid the fees also. Now it's okay, then it's okay, only we'll stay for this month, and next month we'll go for another class. That's how I told the first day. First day he started teaching, okay. Right, then second week, third week I confirmed that he's the best teacher for chemistry. Right, the first day the entire impression about him is completely down. I didn't like him at all actually. But the third day I realized he's the character. I will never change any class. He's the best. Sometimes still my sum of accents also came from him. At that level I admired him. So what I want to tell is, don't judge teachers very soon. It takes some time. Because in life also I did like that. First day I judged him. Then realized, no, I'm very wrong. Right? Then he's the best teacher. Likewise, be very careful these days when you're selecting the classes. Nowadays, everyone doing classes, right? Everyone doing classes. Be very careful. Be very careful. Don't fall into traps. I don't tell any of you to join for my classes, right? If your senior is recommended, then you can come for sure. Others you can come and see. Next week also you can get free access, right? Therefore no need to worry, right? I don't tell you to come to my classes. But be very careful when you are going other classes. It is your future. What would you get? What will happen if you get 3 W's? Who knows? There are plenty of examples who got 9 A's in their O levels. That student, I can remember, he is in one of the biggest school in Sri Lanka, in Colombo. He got 9 A's. That student did 2 shies. First shy was 3W, second shy was 3W. Now I am not telling then people who get 9 A's also get 3W means what about us? If we get none of A's in our O levels, what will happen for us? No interconnection. So therefore, because of some selection of classes, be very careful. Don't fall in such traps. Be very careful. That's also very important. Then anything then. So do you know Sinhala really? I මම දැක්කොත් සිංහල දන්නේ නැහැ වගේද පේන්නේ. මම කතා කරන්නේම සිංහලෙන් තමයි. මට දෙමළත් පුළුවන්. මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දෙමළත් කතා කරනවා. මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් සිංහලෙන් තමයි කතා කරන්නේ. මේක ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් ක්ලාස් එකක් ඉන්න මම සිංහල පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැහැ. සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් තමයි කතා කරන්නේ. මට ඕන දෙමළෙන් කතා කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. නැග තමිళால பேசி மேலும் ஆனா நான் தமிழால பேசி மாட்டேன். இங்கிலீஷ்ல தான் பேசுவேன். This is not that type of class. I'm teaching in Sinhala, telling some English words. That story also won't tell. Thank you for that question. Right? Now some classes, they are putting English medium class and they are teaching in Sinhala. They are giving the terms. That is, be very careful such classes. If you are learning in Sinhala, you are doing A levels in English medium, but you are learning in Sinhala or Tamil, you are going for Sinhala or Tamil class and you are learning in Sinhala or Tamil, then better please do, rather than doing English medium A levels, please go and do Tamil medium A levels or Sinhala medium A levels. Then why you are doing A level English medium? Right? Therefore, be very careful when you are doing A levels in English medium, and if you are going for Sinhala medium class, giving only the terms of English, Tamil medium class, giving only terms of English, that really makes you thinking slow. You are learning in Sinhala, but you are putting everything into your mind in English. It makes you very slow, right? Because that you have to understand the story, very important story. Therefore, when you are doing English medium class, because paper is complete in English. If the paper is complete in English, you should learn, you should read, you should study everything in English. Then only that instant, when you read the question immediately, that instant you can get the idea. If not, you read in English, you want to convert to Sinhala and you want to put in your brain. Then the brain process the idea and the brain gives in Sinhala or Tamil, then again you are converted to English. Therefore, be very careful. Though my personal preference, I don't have the authority or right to tell that. Please go for 100% English medium class. Please, kind advice. Don't want to join for my classes, but I'm telling, right? Even we also know Sinhala. I can talk Sinhala, but I can talk Tamil, but I'm not using. Even when I'm putting a very mock, a very charter joke also, I'm using English only, right? Especially explanations completely in English. No Tamil, right? No Sinhala, right? Some classes they are telling English medium, but they are teaching in Sinhala. Then my problem is, students, you guys can do Sinhala medium very well. Be very careful about that story also. Right, me? Right, okay, right, okay. This idea. I think I give the right idea. I think you have an oral idea. Okay, now today I think I given a kind of introduction about the subject. I can't go deep. I can't dive and I can't explain subject. But next week you can learn subject from A to Z properly with crystal clear explanations. Right? Next week onwards. Okay. By the next week you will get the tunes. You can start working from next week. Right? I will give a proper plan. I will give a work plan. From now onwards, work to a work plan. I will give, I forgot till, not for the first 2 months, 3rd month onwards, I will provide a day plan also, day plan. In the day planner, every month with the tudes, I will give a day planner. In that day planner, you want to mention day 1, day 2, there are 30 pages. Day 1, how you spend your day. You wasted, right? I studied chemistry. I studied physics, 6 to 9 o'clock. Then for this day, I didn't study this duration. Then effective time for the day is only to 10 hours. Likewise, there's a day planner story also there. I will tell you day by day. To everything I can't explain right now. Nothing is in my mind also. Therefore, we can work nicely. Next week onwards, we are starting the classes. Right, just because all result, we are not waiting till all result is coming. We can't do that story. Tomorrow, next week onwards, first week, just a small interaction. Next week onwards, we are working unconditionally. Right? Please don't wait till all result to come for the real classes. Don't do that. You will suffer. Now, some friends and friends, they are joining to 28 classes. Why? Because they messed up everything. They joined late classes. Now they are suffering and they are joining for 28 classes. Therefore, don't be one of them. Right? We are not waiting till O levels to start the lessons and all. We are starting next week onwards and we are teaching. Because we have a plan to do this plan. To do this plan, we should start working from next week. Today is we can sacrifice. Next week onwards, we have to work. By the next week, if you are enrolling, we are getting the tudes and all also. Work with me. I will help you. Any level. I don't mind about your level. Your level is this much or this much. I don't mind. You talk with me. Any level, I will put into this level. Trust me. You will understand that story. Then idea. Okay, anything you want to ask, please ask some questions, will you? At least this is a kind of interaction session, right? I'm not asking any subject questions. Please ask something, will you? Any question? Sir, you like apple? Any question? Some people are put into this message. I told you not to respond to this Zoom chat. You want to reply to Suleiman sir only. Okay. If you are not doing physical, then we are doing in Colombo. We are doing in Colombo. So what if I put a different center? What if I put a different center? No, they don't put. How did you adapt from Sinhala medium to English medium? Wasn't it hard? So is it next week free? Yes, I will tell you that idea. What about the fee? What about the Mathalit district? Is the connection between all physics and A-level? Okay, next story. Now I struggled. I did my A-levels in Sinhala medium. I struggled actually. Sinhala, for me, Sinhala is nothing because since my childhood, I studied, I went to nursery, everything in Sinhala. Therefore, Sinhala language was not a big deal for me. But the problem is, very first time I entered my university. Oh God, what the hell. First time I entered to university, everything is in English. You know why my first semester, okay, I will tell openly. My first semester GPA is 2.4. 2.4 means I was about to drop from the batch, right? Because of English, right? The first semester my result, my GPA, but second semester I did a very big plan and I increased my GPA to 2.4 to 3.6. Thereafter, my GPA kept on increasing. Most of people who are doing Sinhala and Tamil medium, right, A-level, when they enter to universities, they struggle actually. The first 2-3 semesters, they are struggling. Thereafter, they manage and they are doing, but too late. If they are doing these streams in Sinhala Tamil medium, when they come to universities, everything taught, everything explained in English, then they suffer. For at least 2 years, first 1.5 years, they struggle. The first 1.5 years is most deciding year. Based on your result only, they put in different faculties, different fields, right? But I improved my English different way. I kept, in the beginning, I was teaching my first English medium class. I was not that much fluent in English, but with my dedicated story and all, now I think I'm okay. The way I'm teaching is okay. Any level, any concept in physics, I'm able to make you understand with my English level. I'm happy with that. Okay, right? Okay, all good. Just give me a small thumb if all good. Just give me a small thumb if all good. Give me a small thumb, all good. All good. All good, ni? I think all good. Right, ni? Nice, nice, ni? So then okay. Then what shall we do? Next day, get ready to work with me unconditionally. If you are working, if you want to get A, if you want to get A physics, only work with me. Otherwise, no point of working with me. Otherwise, you can select some good other classes, right? Then we took 1.5 hours. Then we explained some stories. I think you got an idea. You didn't get the idea about the lesson. That's okay, completely all right. Next week, I start a lesson. Then that's it. That's it, right? That's it. Can we stop then? Then what you do? Go home and no, sorry. Just leave the Zoom and think wisely. Ask anything. If you want to clarify anything, you can put a WhatsApp message. Whenever I'm free, I will put a reply. Whenever I'm free, I'll put a reply. Right? So therefore, story finished. Then wish you all the best. Select classes wisely. Don't be very silly and don't be select wrong classes. It will be a disaster for you. Then we'll meet you next week. We are starting physical classes in Colombo areas on these weekends, right? Okay, we'll meet next week. Okay, then have fun. Then have fun. Have fun. Then good night. Then good night. Have fun, my dear friends.